Hi, my name is Amanda Treviso, and I'm an art education major. Throughout this slideshow, I will be talking about my progression from drawing to printmaking. I'm also going to be talking about taking chances and connecting my artwork to positive social interactions and connecting my imagination to my work as well. This first one here is called Puppet Georges Renault Study. It is an 18 by 24 charcoal drawing. And in the year of 2013, my professor had Georges Renault projected to a drop screen upside down and blurred out. We were to focus on the values and apply them to our paper as best as possible. Slowly he would reveal the image, and this was the result. This helped a lot in observation and proportion skills to visualize how to shade and visualize certain shapes. This is an important discovery because I drew something without knowing what I was drawing. In using the previous study assignment, our next assignment was to represent an image as best as we could according to proportion and strong values. By using the grid technique, we were able to accomplish this. This is called Popcorn Maryland. It is an 18 by 24 charcoal drawing. And I can say this was my first succession of a portrait, and I surprised myself thanks to practicing the purity of observation. Drawing Marilyn at first looked challenging and impossible, but I focused not only on her as a whole, but her as a puzzle piece, and this piece took me about 6 hours to complete. In the summer of 2014, after Popcorn Marilyn, I decided to try another portrait of her to see if the end result would be as successful, and it was. I was ecstatic in my second succession. I then posted Jolt Marilyn, an 18 by 24 charcoal drawing, to Instagram and Facebook, and this was the start of a side job where family and friends asked me to draw portraits for them for a profit. I enjoyed working over the summer, and that is when I discovered my joy for art as a means of positive social interactions. When people would receive their artwork of a special someone, sometimes it would be very emotional. And I loved the fact that people would talk to others about my work, and it was a way of communicating with a gift that meant 1,000 words. They were very thankful, and so was I. After practicing the grid technique, in the year 2015, still working with portraits, while taking printmaking, I discovered new styles of representing people using different drawing techniques in a design format. This is called The Weekend, Love Me Harder, a 12 by 18 inch screen print, and it is all freehand work, and I used a couple references and tied them together. I am glad to say my piece has good balance and line quality. I started to develop my imagination, and I wanted to enhance an old drawing of mine where I was working with shapes on top of a face, but also as a means to sustain the face, organic versus geometric. This particular piece is called Shattered Face, a 12 by 18 inch screen print. You can see that I incorporated stippling to get a sense of balance. The shapes visible are triangles, circles, rectangles, and almond-shaped pieces. The line work for the eyes, nose, and mouth are not a complete shape because I wanted that effect of something being broken up. After working with different drawing techniques and applying my imagination, I decided to represent my fears. This particular piece is called Fears the Apparition, meaning an entity that reveals themselves to the living. It is an intaglio print of 5 by 6 inches. I took a chance at free drawing it with a dry point needle tool onto a hard ground surface called asphaltum, which was on a copper plate. Working from a plastered bust, using observation skills, I chose the scribble technique to build the dimensional quality of the figure and its values, and to create that unknowing sense of the spiritual world. This piece is called Fear's Sleep Paralysis, a linoleum cut 11.5 by 18 inches. A change from portraits to a body figure, and it derived from a previous drawing of a nude model which depicted a foreshadowing from my position. I edited my image to create a mirror effect. I took on the challenge my first time working to cut into linoleum to represent whites, grays, and blacks. Sleep paralysis is when you can't wake up from your sleep. Therefore, I chose to have the resting body with realistic quality as opposed to the bottom half with a transparent-like quality, to represent the soul trapped in another world. As a future art teacher, this example of my progression is a good application for art education because we want our students to explore who they are and realize their capabilities. It is important for students to take chances while also exploring their own imagination. It is also important to teach students about ways to project their feelings or experiences to their artwork. Positive interactions with the teacher and the student allows self-expression, to be creative.